What baffled me so that we have grown men and women, and these little children will blow you out of the water. They have something in the school that is called STEM. STEM. I suppose they got the word STEM from the word science. Yes. Technology. T. Electricity. E. M. Mechanics. The science is the operation, the working. It has not appeared to you as of yet. I am standing in science. I'm using science on myself, and I'm using science on you. And there is never any operation in the land where, first of all, you have to have the science of it to understand. The technology is the application. To not be a fool, you got to learn how to apply things in everything you do, or you will be left out. Electricity is the energy. A lot of you lazy folks, the energy, the motivation. The mechanics is the working of it, the method, the working of it. And many of you don't understand, in order to be a good Christian, you got to know the science, the technology, the electricity, and the mechanics. In order to be a member, a good member, a gracious member of greater faith, Pastor Jackson, and the God he served, you got to know the science, the technology, electricity, and the mechanic. That's the reason why our children want to reign around us. The banker make a fool out of you. You get married and don't know the science, the technology, the energy, electricity, or the mechanics. You got married, you don't know mechanics. You have children. You ain't gonna like me. Science is the study, listen, study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural. Of the world, how the world works, the operation. And we learn this through observation and experiment. And you don't realize that you're being observed every day. And you are an experiment. Now, I didn't study this, so thank you, Holy Ghost, because over a period of years, in my trial and error, in my right and wrong, I settled myself down long enough to observe. The science is the systematic body of knowledge on a particular subject. And everything that you can see, smell, hear, taste, touch, feel is a subject. Being the member of a church is a subject. Being a part of a denomination is a subject. Do you understand your denomination? Do you understand your God? Do you know the science of the New and Old Testament? Daniel. Let's look at Daniel 1. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuch, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel and of the king's seed and of the prince. I want some choice children. Our job is too busy. We are too preoccupied. We are behind. And we don't need anyone that is not teaching. We must find people that can grow from a mustard seed into a mustard vine and a mustard plant and a mustard tree. We don't need to be spinning our wheels, losing our life, aging too fast, losing our health. We got to understand how things operate, the science, the work, the mechanics, what energizes, the method, how it works. God said, study to show yourself approval. So we got to study the structure. I don't just go and join a church and find a pastor. I got to study the structure. I just can't go after your God. I have to study the structure and the behavior of that physical God. I got to understand his nature. And likewise, I got to understand my enemy. Through observation, I got to observe. I got to have enough money, time, energy to stay and observe. And then I got to put it to a test. Experiment. Y'all don't like it, but you're nothing but an experiment. We are involved in a lot of things that we don't know how it works. We have headaches. We complain. We can't see eye to eye. We are in it and won't leave it. We know the government is tricky. We know he's no good. We know that he's a lie. But we haven't studied and observed. And that is the reason why we should grow in the grace and knowledge of our Savior. you that's out there that's called yourself a grown Christian, man or woman. He said, when I was a child, I thought as a child. I spake as a child. I understood like a child. But when I became a man, when I became mature and adult, all the childish stuff I put away. So every day of our life, we ought to be developing, growing, processing, being blessed, going higher, much more happier, much more blessed, much more willing, much more ability to help. In the book of Genesis, it said God blessed them. Oh my God, we just said that. And he said he blessed them. He didn't just bless Adam, he blessed them. One of the children ended up killing the other, but he blessed them. And he told them, have dominion, multiply, replenish, because everything about our God is progressive. Genesis 1 and 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. Genesis 1, 27, 28. Now, this is the reason why we got to understand science, how things work, experiment with it. The ruler said, go and get the captive of Israel, Judah, and bring us the seed the devil don't want no junk. The devil is not going to put a junkie over his master. And the Bible even said, for Satan himself looked at the light of Jesus and looked at the glorious light upon God's creation, man. And the Bible said the devil transformed himself into an angel of light. The drug dealer is not going to give a junkie his drugs because he knows the junkie is going to go out there, get hooked on the drug. If he don't get hooked on the drug, he's going to take his money from selling the drugs. So everybody is working for the best, but Christian, but us. If the Lord said, give me a man, I would say, Lord, here am I. If the Lord said, I want the best of me, and I said, God, I am he. The Lord said, well, you got some faults. I said, well, you made me. Create in me a clean heart and renew in me the right spirit. Therefore, I work to be the best husband in the world. And even when my wife don't see it, I get great pride that I'm the greatest husband in the world. I'm the greatest man in the world. Even though my children might want the stars, be at that church, working in this ministry, playing the music. But boy, you know, I sacrificed the mother and I carrying them to school, carrying them to the band, paying for their music, paying for the uniform, down to Sister Jackson, the Christian music, and they play several instruments. I suppose they have the glory of their father. They are in other places making great money because they know in this house, I paid for your education. And you have to serve me and give it back because I'm not going to pay for what's mine. For the greatness that God put in me, that I can move forward and go on. Don't have to have all of these things. And please pray for me and lay your hands upon me and call my name before the Lord. I need counseling in my mind. I got a bill here and I can't pay, so I'm going to steal. When the enemy comes to me as a flood, the Spirit of the Lord raises up a standard. You know what a standard is? A standard is a word. Are you in the word? Is the word in you? David said, thy word have I hid in my heart that I may not sin against thee. Satan's going to come and flood you everything. But you got to be steadfast, unmoved, always abounding in the work and in the word of the Lord. And when you make your boast, I make my boast in the Lord, and the humble shall hear thereof, and they shall be glad. The devil said, go and get me the best royalty of the king's seed, the prince and the princess. Bring me those that know how to take a bath. Bring me those that can brush their teeth on their head. Bring me those that love adorn in fashion. But just come to the Lord, because the Lord ain't all about your clothes. No, he's not. Your soul. But if you're going to go out there and represent him, you shouldn't be in a fanny wrapper. You shouldn't be in skin-tight jeans. I don't know why musicians stop wearing socks. I don't know. Because they told me the leather up against your feet, it's sweating, your feet start stinking. And I'm going to leave greater faith because he. Bring me children. Do you see that even the world, when they come to the church for our children and musicians, they come for the best. They come for the stars. They come for those people that's going somewhere. Because there's no need of you running with a man like you or a woman like you. Y'all didn't get what I just said. Whenever I'm seeking, I seek for something higher than me because I already got me. I want something better. I think that I throw this out there because I'm sure that he may be there. My friend, when I talk to him and he talks to me, There is something about him that he has that I don't have. And that's the thing that I go after. Because when you are living in the same, the Bible said, dead and twice dead and plucked up by the root, that means that you ain't gonna ever live. Why do you pursue that? Why don't you pursue higher ground? Why don't you want something better than the ordinary? Hmm? Why would you want something just like you? You're supposed to reach far out beyond yourself and learn the science. Bring me children in whom there is no blemish. Don't want children with moles. Don't want no children with tattoos. See, tattoos didn't start. His tattoos started back there. It was sorcery and witchcraft. They put on the tattoo when they were rebellious. They put on the red color and cut off their hair. And that didn't start here in America. That's always been. Bring me children that has no blame. But they are well favored. We don't want nobody with marks against their character. Children that's able to get along. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego look like they selected the right one. Do you know how I know that they selected the right one? Because here are four young men. Now, be it known, it was more than just four. They did not allow these in a strange land, live in a strange house, taken from their temple and taken from their God. They did not allow their God to be taken from them. And that's how they got promoted. And the people found out that the gods that they were serving was false. But now God should have done something for you, and you know that only God did it, and it impresses everybody that comes into your altar. They did not get hostile. They did not get mad. They didn't even get angry. And the Bible said, be angry and sin not. To be captive taken from your land. You done left your temple. You done left grandmama, daddy, great grand, your history, mama gone. Bring me some children, everybody like. Because if your own folks don't like you, ain't no need of introducing them to our folks. Because our folks ain't gonna like them either. Bring me children of great character, and they're well favored, skillful in all wisdom. Sound like little science there. Come into my secret closet and shut the door. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man, woman, boy, or girl, open, I will come in and sup with you. God is not out to destroy you. And the only way that you're going to be saved is the knowledge, the science. How does he move? When the pastor said pray, what is the science of prayer? When the pastor say this is communion, what is the science of communion? I heard pastor say life and death. Let me read the symbol, because what I need might be in the knowledge. It might be in the science. I hope I bless somebody. I hope I bless somebody. Because if you're going to get to heaven, you ain't going to get that swagging on nothing. When he called you, I don't care how you say greater faith, greater faith. How you say, Pastor Jackson, Pastor, when he called you, the old folks say, I'll be somewhere listening for my name. Because when he called you, he's going to call you by your original name. And if you don't know your name, you ain't going to answer. When he called me, he's not going to address me, Pastor Eddie Ray Jackson. He's not going to even call me Eddie Ray Jackson. That's the name my mama and daddy gave me. When he called, he's going to call you by your name. The name that is written in heaven. And your soul is going to move because your soul will be acquainted with that name. To the only wise God,